Should I sit down? This is going to be a long one.
Heard that, Jill? What a moment, what a day. Thanks be to God. Amen. George, our journey together began in July of 2004 at the beginning of Columbia Seminary's annual Greek school. Later that fall, our preaching professor took each of us aside separately and said the same thing. Stick with him, he's got something you need. At that time, I was irritated. Mostly because I didn't think I needed anything. Suffice it to say that these 6 years of friendship have proven Anna right hundreds of times over. I'm grateful to have you as a brother in ministry and in tomfoolery, and the opportunity to share in this powerful service is one I'll forever cherish. We gather, of course, in gratitude to God for your abundant gifts and call to ministry, and in celebration for the confirmation of those gifts and that call by the wonderful congregation of Memorial Drive Presbyterian Church and the Presbytery of Greater Atlanta. In the words of the Apostle Peter, it is good that we are here. In the words of the prophet Sam Cooke, it's been a long time coming. Offering a charge to you, George, is a daunting challenge for two reasons. The first is that you have such a strong sense of call, of God's claim on your life. You live a charged life by nature. And so my words may be unnecessary or superfluous. Secondly, you are a gifted charge giver and have been mine on many occasions. God has given you the gift of prophetic truth-telling, and you use it widely and almost always wisely. So, how to charge the charged charger? I choose to do it with your own words, recognizing that we almost always preach to ourselves first. I want to charge you with some of your most timely and salient gems of wisdom. George, I charge you to accept that it is what it is, and that by God's grace you are who you are. Like the Apostle Paul, you may be tempted to be all things to all people in your ministry. You may be tempted to be everywhere and to do everything. But acceptance of limitation is the first step toward wholeness in pastoral ministry and in life. I charge you to accept the people and institutions you serve, and to accept yourself as a beloved child of God and as a sinner saved by grace. I charge you to appreciate and honor the limitations of time, space, energy, and resources that keep you sane and content. I charge you to remember the sovereignty of God that you proclaim, and to live it out in ministries of both presence and absence, of both speech and silence. Secondly, I charge you to live into the truth that you love to proclaim so many times I've heard you say, unlike so many of these people, I really believe that God is at work in my life. Indeed you do. You've said it in times of joy and celebration, and in challenging and disheartening moments, such as when you failed to make the final cut of candidates for Columbia Seminary president. Your faith in God and your deep love of Jesus Christ and of his body on earth are your greatest gifts to the church. In a world of empty platitudes, I charge you to speak that faith boldly in the sanctuary of Memorial Drive, on the streets of Atlanta, in the halls of power and prestige, and in the governing bodies of our church. Your absolute faith that God is at work in your life is a gift that you give all of us when our trust is waning and our hope is dim. And so I charge you to resist any impulse to think small about God or what God may bring about through you and your new congregation. God is at work in your life, in the congregation of Memorial Drive Presbyterian Church, and in the world. You know this. I charge you to share it. Thirdly, I charge you to relájate, a phrase I have heard from you thousands of times. Relax. The intensity of your commitment and your drive to serve others is a gift that must be balanced with Sabbath rest. So relax. Find time, take time, guard time, protect time for Carrie, for good friends, for family, for yourself. This will keep you alive. It will keep you joyful and fulfilled in your ministry so that you may love the people of God and serve them with energy. Finally, I charge you to keep in touch with those who inspire, nourish, and challenge you. Predictably, several times each week, I receive a voicemail that goes like this: C, G, call, bye. You are gifted in reaching out and in staying in touch. I charge you to continue that practice religiously. The parish can be an isolating place, and so I charge you to be rooted and grounded in communities of colleagues and friends. You can begin with your Red Sash Brotherhood, gathered today in red stoles of solidarity. Thus I charge you, George, for the sake of your calling as a disciple of Jesus Christ and as a newly ordained minister, I am proud to say these words. 6 years coming, but prepared for just this moment. With deep gratitude to God, we welcome you to the ministry of word and sacrament. What a ride it will be.